And in terms of, as people are looking at those different factors of durability, lifespan, energy performance, is that kind of another key factor? Like, how does that maybe affect the roof material that people might choose in terms of like their comfort inside and utility costs and that type of thing?
Yeah, no, here in California, Title 24, very important, right? When it comes to shingle roofs or just roofs in general. Um, I'm thinking anywhere from 20 to 30% cost savings with electrical. And it can go even higher if you start doing like insulation and stuff like that as well, that you factor both of them together, right? The cost savings is there for sure. If you just think about it, when you're turning on your AC, it's over 120 or 100 degrees outside, and you got your AC going. If your attic space is well ventilated, it's well insulated, you're going to save on costs on turning on the air because your ducts are going to be a little bit cooler, right? So you get a lot of that cold air a lot quicker. Your system shuts down. It only turns on for 5-10 minutes, and it keeps your temperature low, keeps your temperature on where you want it to be. So it's definitely a huge cost saving. Like I said, it could be up to 30% on electric savings, which is significant.
Yeah, that's a substantial amount. Yeah, I would love to be saving that much on my utility costs right now.
You can.
I know. Gotta figure out the roof. No, I think that's great. Yeah, just knowing that what you're putting into your roof and how much care and attention is being put into it can really affect your whole household, not just, your wallet with how much you're spending.
100%. When we start talking about those kinds of things with our clients, our homeowners, their eyes just light up. They're like, "Oh, we haven't had that before." And it's, some of us do that. Some of us don't when we sit down with a client and stuff like that. But I think it's important that we ask these questions. And I think all these questions that you've asked so far, a lot of us forget about it. A lot of us don't put that into consideration. The maintenance, the cost savings for electrical, the right system, the right product for your region. It's very important that we start, educating the clients and the homeowners about that. For sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I think another thing that, plays into that education also is aesthetics versus function, right? You want your roof to look good, but you also want it to function properly for that, the ventilation and be the right material to last longer. So how should homeowners kind of approach that aesthetics versus function kind of conundrum, if you will?
Okay. Well, that's a little tricky sometimes because your home is built a certain way. So, you have to make sure that structurally you can install that type of roof. Like, let's say you have a shingle roof. Just, make it easy. You have a shingle roof. Homeowner wants tile because they're like, you know what? They think that shingle is not going to last long. It's going to be an issue. They want tile because it looks better. They have their opinion, correct? So you have to make sure that the structure is going to be suitable for that type of tile. Regular tile weighs more than shingle. So now you have to run into, making sure that that roof is going to be held up. So you might have to do lightweight tile. And then you start talking about what the differences are with lightweight and regular tile and educating the client regarding that. But I would say prioritize the structure. And that's probably the best example on that.
Yeah, definitely. Making sure that I can hold the weight.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, you can go to metal as well. But you also have to factor in, is this a high wind area? Is this, salt water, metal? What's it going to do to the gasket, the caps around the metal, around the screws? So there's a lot of variables. Just making sure you pick the right system for your region is important. Huge.
Yeah, definitely. And for those homeowners who are reading over their warranties and, kind of reading that fine print about what that looks like once the roof is put on, even the material that's the manufacturer is providing, are there certain things that homeowners should pay attention to when they are looking through, those manufacturer, even contractor warranties?
Yeah, they should definitely look into the manufacturer warranty for sure. Read up on it. There's plenty of manufacturers out there, right? But they also should look at the contractor's workmanship warranty. A contractor should be able to give the homeowner a workmanship warranty, and it should be in writing, and they should be, spelled out what's under warranty. Key factors, on the coverage is the duration, and then making sure that they register in time, because some of those manufacturers have a deadline on how long or how quick they need to register that roof so that they can get that coverage. Those are key factors for sure.
Yeah, read the warranties. It's important info.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of it is, one page or two. It's not a lot, but, if you're sitting across with a client, sometimes it can get a little overwhelming with everything. But I think just taking it one step at a time, being patient, you'll hit all the key factors.
If your roof needs answers, subscribe now to the Ask a Roofer podcast. We've got your questions covered, one episode at a time. Go to AskARoofer.com to submit your questions and learn more. Stay tuned and keep those questions coming.